Hey guys, today I'm gonna be showing you how to switch between showing and hiding your password field in SvelteKit, and also I'm gonna be using Tailwind Css 3 version 3, that is. I've already installed Tailwind Css in this, and now let's just get to coding. I'm gonna go add a script tag here, add a div. So before doing that, let's just add a header here. Let's header as in just like a h1 toggle password, and let's give it some classes of font, text, excel. Let's center it, give it some margin in y-axis, and what else is uppercase it as well. So yeah, there it is. Let me just zoom in so that you can see better. And now going back to our index page, I'm gonna add a label here and then call it password, give it some class as well. So let's give it font text gray of 900. What else is needed? Uppercase this. Okay, here we'll just give it some class as in some margin. Yeah, so that is sorted. We'll add our input field. Let's give it some padding, a border, and let's oh, border gray 600. Yeah, let's also flex this into column, and also give it some gap so that it looks good. Yeah, and let's get to the functionalities. So if I type here now, it's going to show all the text because of this attribute right here. It's called the type attribute, which is in, like, you get it in input fields. And if I add password here, it's just gonna hide it, which is basic HTML. And I can also change it to what else can I give? I can give type a file, and then it's gonna open all your files, as in it's gonna take your file. So we don't need that right now. We'll just call it text, and we're gonna be toggling between this. So let's create a variable, call it type, and then give it a string called as in string value password, and let's bind that string here with the type. So it's just going to take this and then add it here. Essentially that's just binding. So now if I want to type into it, it's going to hide all the text that I type. So let's add some SVGs as well in this to make it look like a classic input field. So I'm going to take 2 of those SVGs from hero icon here. So I'll just leave this website down in the description. So these two are going to show there, and let us add some classes to make it look like the classic input password field. So I'm going to add a div here with a class relative, and let's put our input field inside that relative class. And now here we're going to add another div and call it absolute, as in give it a absolute class, LUTE, and then take all of this SVGs and put it inside that div, and we're gonna take this div and move it up. So all I did is, so this is the parent div here, this one, and this is the input field, and this is the absolute field. So what it's gonna, the absolute class is gonna consider the relative class div as its parent, and it's just gonna adjust itself so wherever we put it. So I'll just, so that you can see better, let me just give it a background color, not 5000, and I'm just gonna add top 0 here. So this is a value for absolute class. So what you can see here is the background is showing here, and since the password field is here, so it's just overlapping. And then top 0 as in it was here previously, so now it's moved to the top. And now if I give it like a top 2, no, 1 is enough. Now I'm gonna give like a right 2 or 3 and then now you can see it here, so it's just gonna offset 1 from top and then 3 from the right. Yeah, and now if I just remove this relative class, it's going to take the viewport as its parent, so it's just going to jump up here. So if you give without a relative class, it just takes the parent as the viewport, which is the screen. So but we need the relative class, we'll put that back here, remove this, and let's just give with full for this input so that it will stretch across the screen here like so. And let's just hide this guy over here. So for that I'm just gonna add a if condition. If type is equal to password is gonna show the first SVG, else it's gonna show the second one. So your basic if else condition. Yeah, so that took care of that, and it's still password when I type it. Here we're gonna add a function of on click, which is to the div here, which is as in all of your SVGs are sitting inside that div. So when you click on that div, this function is gonna be called. So I'm gonna name the function show, and let's go. I'm gonna use an arrow function, and we just console log something here. I'm gonna put a log hi. So now if I open my console and click on this div, which is the absolute div where I've given the on click function, so if I click on this, it's going to call the function and it's going to console, like as in log my text that I've written inside the console. Now let's remove that and add some other functionality. If type is password double equal to, and then we're going to change the type to text. Now if I show you this, if right now the type is password, I'm going to click on it and it's going to show the change the type to text, and it's going to show my password. So if the right now what it's doing is just, if I refresh this, type something, it's going to hide it. If I click on it, it's going to show it, but then if I click back, it's not going to do anything. So I'm going to add an else condition here. Else if the type is text, we're going to change it back to password. Save it, refresh this. So now if I type here is password, now we're able to toggle this in between hiding and showing your password. So this is how you toggle your password in SvelteKit. So that's it. Bye guys.